Right, God. Yeah.
Good.
Man, it's Monday night. This is history class coming to you from Baltimore. This is the ISUPK Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Young. We've been bringing this truth since 1969, and that truth is that the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives are the greatest people that ever walked the face of this earth, and the Bible identifies us as the true biblical Jews of the Bible.
That's right.
All right, let's clap it up. 1 4. Right. As you know, it's Monday night, and this is history class. We will get into a little bit in history. You understand? As we all know, America is at war with Iran and other countries, as well as being at war with itself. Understand? As the Most High, plan, America is falling. Babylon is falling. Sodom is falling. We're actually in the middle of an important time in history. It's going to be a time where people are going to look back and going to say, like, where were you at when this happened? You understand?
Yeah, sir.
America has always been thought of as, the greatest country on the face of this earth. You understand? But when you're robbing your people, or when you're robbing your citizens, or when you're robbing the people who are under your care, how can you be a great nation? We look at a lot of these nations like Iran and Russia and China. We point fingers and we say, we call them communists. You understand? We call them, what they call them, what's the thing that they call somebody with a single rule?
Dictator, come
on. Listen, where's my mind? Excuse me, where's my mind at? The title of tonight's class is America, Democracy or Dictatorship. And you just hit the back side of the just hit the no. You got to go back to the see the red at the bottom? Square.
This right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Hit that and turn it back on.
Yeah, that was how I could.
When you hit that cord at the back,
go okay.
That's good.
Go okay.
Yeah. But tonight's class, America, democracy or dictatorship. You understand? And like I said before, we point the fingers at them. We call these countries communist countries, and we call them dictatorship. You understand? We call them the worst things that we can. We call these people terrorists. You understand? And we really don't understand what these terms mean.
Right.
You understand? And it's a total deception. And it's a deception on us as people that live in America. Notice I didn't call us Americans because we are not American. You understand? And when I say we are not American, I'm speaking of the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Natives. We are actually captives in America. You understand? And I think I spoke about this a few weeks ago. We all believe that we have equal rights in America. We don't have equal rights. This is the reason why we continue to fight for equal rights. Now think about that, right? That's a deception in itself, because a lot of us believe we got to keep fighting for equal rights. We keep saying we got equal rights.
Go
ahead. What you got?
I just had a question, if I could. So, I always was confused on the term, the whole when people call people like a communist, because from what I understood, communist is just somebody it's the way of life. You know what I mean? Like somebody, whoever gets paid a certain, like everybody get paid a certain amount of money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like over in Russia, where you know what I mean?
Well, let's do this, right? Let's go here. Let's look up and see what communist means.
Come.
Let's look that up. You got. Let me know when you get that.
Come.
And I'm gonna keep speaking on this. Right?
Come.
We believe that we got equal rights. Just let me know when you get that. We believe we got equal rights, and we are the ones that keep fighting for equal rights. You understand? So if you got, that's a great deception right there. You understand? To to have a people fighting for equal rights but don't really have equal rights. And why don't we have equal rights? And I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. We don't have equal rights because equal rights for blacks and Hispanics was never ratified in America. In order for a law to take hold and to be in place and to be constitutional, it has to be ratified. The last time equal rights went up to be ratified was in, I believe it was in August of 2020. They had 38 states, which is 38 states are what you need for a law to be ratified.
Okay.
When they got the 38 states, 3 states back out, which means they lost the ratification, which means equal rights in August of 2020 was not ratified, which means we don't have equal rights. That's a great deception. Democracy itself is a great deception. You got that?
Count on cons.
Let's read what we about to read. What communist means?
A communist is a person who supports communism, a political and economic system focused on public ownership, a classless society, and shared wealth. Core beliefs: no private property. Major tools, factories, and farms are owned by the public or the state, not by private owners. Equal sharing. Goods and wealth are shared so that people get what they need rather than working for individual profit. No classes. The system aims to remove social classes so that no person is much richer or poorer than others.
Okay, so now let's rewind, right?
Come
Start back over and read that again. I'm gonna tell you where to stop at.
on. A communist is a person who supports communism, a political and economic system focused on public ownership.
Stop right there, right? What is America focused on? What do they talk about being focused on? Helping public ownership, right?
Come on.
When we look at America, who runs America?
The rich.
The rich. It's a communist country is focused on public ownership. When we hear about communist countries, by what America sends us, they make us believe that, all right, when you hear of communism, right? What's the sound that I hear is, you see people walking with like slaves and being controlled by the system, right? But let me ask you a question. Isn't that what America does to us? America totally controls us. They tell you what you can do and what you can't do.
Right.
Right? Go ahead, finish reading.
Come on. Slice. Officer Batak in the chat checking in from Baltimore.
What's going on, Officer Batak? You know I can't see all the way, so you
I got you.
You gotta let me know.
I got you, sir.
What's going on, Batak? But go ahead.
Let me start from the top from where I stopped at.
Right where you stopped at.
Come on. A political and economic system focused on public ownership.
Now think about this, right? What's the matter with public ownership? What's the matter with the public owning property? What's the matter with the public owning business? You understand? I worked for Maryland Brush Company where the employees had part ownership in that company. Public ownership. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't owned by one person. It wasn't owned by a billionaire. You understand? It wasn't owned by oligarchs. You understand what I'm saying? Or people who control everything. You understand? A small amount of people that control everything. Go ahead.
A classless society.
Think about this, right? A classless society. Everybody's on the same level. Think about this. That doesn't mean that everybody makes the same pay. But if you work a certain job, everybody makes a certain thing.
Right.
But the whole point is it makes sure that everybody has a job. Everybody has their position and know what they do. It's no battling of whether look, I'm making this amount, he making that amount. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, that's a class in society. You understand? But in America, this is what we have. Think about what we go through as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives up against our oppressor.
Right.
Our oppressor can come in and make almost 25 to 30% more than we do with no experience. You come in with no experience, you come in right at the bottom of the team.
Right.
That's classifying.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come. And shared wealth.
Shared wealth. Listen, America is one of the poorest, excuse me, I ain't even poor, but they have the highest homelessness rate. One of the highest homelessness rate on the globe.
Mm.
You understand? We keep saying America is the richest country. How can America be the richest country, especially in California, when you got your highest homeless rate in California, one of the richest states in the country?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? We looking at, go ahead, finish reading.
Come. So now it gets into the core beliefs. No private property.
No private property, right? Go ahead.
Major tools, factories, and farms are owned by the public or the state, not by private owners.
And listen, who creates, who makes, who dictates all of the laws that happen in America? Private companies, the rich billionaires, the people who pay congressmen and senators to vote in a particular way. You understand? They own everything. You understand? We just workers. You understand? In a system classified.
Right.
You understand? Now think about this. That's the great deception right there, because we believe that communism is an evil thing, when in fact democracy is an evil.
Right.
You understand? So evil that they deceive us into voting every 2 to 4 years. Voting for people who never carry out the things that we want carried out, right?
Oh, slack. So we got Officer Yasha checking in.
What's going on, Officer Yash?
Checking in from Rockville.
Okay, out from Rockville. You understand? Think about this. It says democracy, a system of government where supreme power is vested in the people, exercised either directly or through elected representatives. That's a deception in itself. Think about what democracy is, right?
Good.
If democracy was supreme power vested in the people, then the people wouldn't be up at arms in lower gas prices to start right there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, how many of us can afford to buy a home right now? I remember growing up, my grandfather had 11 children. He raised 11 children off of one job, bought a house, and my grandmother was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? And he had 2 cars.
Yeah, nice.
Look at America right now. You understand? You can't do that in America. You understand? It says the power invested in the people exercised either directly or through elected representatives. Elected representatives please themselves. They fill their own car. Listen, think about this too, right? When you elect a congressman or a senator or any other political figure at that, they always promise you what they're going to do, right? But the whole thing about a democracy is, if you got somebody else on it.
We got Officer 50, Mike Allen just checked in. You know
Mike Allen.
Good.
What's going on, bro?
We got both the brothers in the house.
I'm from Rockville too, right?
Okay.
Rockville.
They Baltimore.
Yeah, they Baltimore. Think about it, right? These representatives are supposed to be for us, but they feel their own problem. They satisfy themselves. Right? Matter of fact, let's spread that. The dumb dogs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Isaiah.
Is that what it is? Yeah. 56.
Count one. So 56. I want to say 10. Okay. No. Count one. It's Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10.
Before you read that, I'm gonna read this one first, right? I want to go to Ecclesiastes. You ain't got to go there. I want everybody else to go to Ecclesiastes 34:1. Listen, this is us when we put our hopes in men, especially men that the Most High did not choose to be above us. You understand what I'm saying? And we talking about even the brothers and sisters that don't follow the Most High. You understand? They follow the oppressor. Ecclesiastes chapter 34 and verse 1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false. We start believing in these, so-called political leaders. You understand? It's an empty dream.
Right.
You understand? We keep waking up and believing that if we keep voting, if we keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's going to be a change. It's going to be a change. It's going to be a change. But think about this, right? We've been voting since the 50s.
Right.
And we just talked about it just a couple minutes ago. We still fighting. You still fighting to be equal to someone that's lower than you.
Good. So.
You understand what I'm saying?
Good.
And dreams lift up fools, because that's all we have is dreams.
Right.
You understand? And our brothers and sisters are living off of dreams, being lifted up as fools. We got hope. And think about this. I think we said something about this a couple of weeks ago too, right? Think about this. We always talk about, have you ever heard somebody say, our ancestors died for us to have the right to vote? And I always say, I know a bunch of dudes that hustled and sold drugs and died. You understand? Does that make selling drugs right because they died?
Right.
You understand selling drugs? Well, listen, this is the drug. This is one of the worst drugs. A drug that continually bring you back. What you got?
You got a comment from somebody named Jonathan M. Jacobs. He said, "You prove racism is still alive." It's like, you prove racism is alive and well. I'm not sure.
Yes, we did prove racism is alive and well. That's why we telling our brothers and sisters that racism is alive and well. And think about this, right? What is racism? What is it to be a racist? First off, in order for anybody to be a racist, they have to have power over another person to either control or dictate what happens in their life. I have never seen a time where Black people have had the power to change or dictate what happens in another race of people's lives. Now, just because we come out and we put the picture up and we show people what's really happening does not make us a race. Think about this, right? That's like somebody kicking you while you're down, beating you up, and then you get up to protect yourself, and then they call you a violent person.
Right.
Because you protect yourself, you become a violent person. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what happens when you have Black people, Hispanics, and natives that talk against their own people when we come out to show our people what's really happening to us. So I guess when you call out an oppressor for hanging a black or Hispanic,
Right.
I guess you must be a racist too, because you calling out something that's happening to your people. You understand? Racism is alive and well, and it will always be alive and well until Christ returns
That's right.
and destroys our enemy.
That's
You
right.
understand? You understand? And the thing is, and if that's a brother, right? It's not that we talking to you to put you down, but we're trying to bring understanding to our people. You understand? And a lot of our people don't understand what's going on. That's the reason why we call this section a great deception. You understand? That's why we call it the great deception, because a lot of our people have been deceived. You understand? A lot of our people are living in the spirit of America. What does that mean to live in the spirit of America? What does that mean? Somebody tell me, what does it mean to live in the spirit of America? I'm gonna give you a hint, right? When you're living in the spirit, or when you have team spirit, you put on the jersey, right? You get the little finger with the number 1, right? Everything that you got, you make sure you show who you're supporting, right? You make sure that you chant for your team, right? Because you're in the spirit of that team. Well, a lot of us are in the spirit of America. And that brother right there, I'm hoping that's a brother, right? When you say or you call one of us a racist, or say we are the carriers of racism, that's you living in the spirit of America. America has you deceived into believing, because you call out someone for the evil that they do, that makes you a racist or show racism. That's not racist. That's just showing people the truth. And where do we get the truth from? We get the truth from the Bible. We get the truth from this book right here.
That's right.
You understand? So what we're saying is it has nothing to do with racism. It has everything to do with waking our people up. You understand? Where were we at? Where was we at? Dictatorship, democracy, system of government, blah, blah, blah. Now think about this, right? Think about this. They are controlling who can vote in certain states. They are making it so it's hard for black people to vote in black states in the South. You understand? That has nothing to do with racism. That's real. But does that make me a racist because I'm calling out what's being done to my people? Does that make me a racist? Does that mean I'm showing racism? Or am I just calling out something that's happening to my brothers? And like I said before, I hope the brother is just ignorant of the word racist or racism. I hope he just has a bad, you understand, he's been given a bad meaning of the word. You understand? So we're not here to browbeat you, but we're also here to wake you up, brother.
That's right.
You understand? We're not here to fight against you. We're just here to bring you to our side. That's it. You
Right.
understand?
Okay, so.
And listen, democracy is derived from the Greek word demo, which means people, and kratos, which means rule. It's supposed to mean that the people rule, but as we can see, even since the democracy has been back in the Greco-Roman, Athenian days, it's always been about the people who made the rules, making themselves rich and controlling the people. Democracy has never been a good thing. This is the reason why America spreads democracy with the sword. What do I mean when I say America spreads democracy with the sword? Think about this, right? America will create a terrorist group. They'll send that terrorist group into a country and destabilize that country. America will come in with US aid, say, we'll give you this
Right.
if you allow democracy in and let us choose who rules over your country. This is the reason why you have South Korea and North Korea. North Korea, of course, is not controlled by America, but South Korea is. And each one of those countries that have been divided up, split in half. You understand? What's that? India and Pakistan, right? I believe that's half and half. India on one side, Pakistan on the other side. Pakistan is supposed to be with, oh no, India. But that's Modi. That's President Modi in India. You understand?
Yeah, okay.
He jumped ship and went with America. He felt like America was strong. You understand what I'm saying? But anytime you got a north and a south of a country, these are two of the same people. You understand? Split in half by America. Most of these countries that are split in half and then break up and are splintered off is because of America. This is what America does. America splits your country up, they destabilize you, and then they come in and then they bring in democracy and they rule. Think about this, right? Just in the dark ages, when what's that called? What is it called? The swords and knights in shining armor. What was that called?
Medieval time?
Medieval time. There we go. Medieval time. This is how Christianity was spread. Christianity is nothing but a derivative of democracy. It's all the same. It's spread by the sword. They used to come in and they used to send, when they came to a new land, they would send the monks in first.
Right.
Monks would come in and they would, try to persuade the people, to come over to Christianity and be Christians and things like that. And when the people refused, the monks would leave out, then the Vikings would come in, or the Crusaders would come in, and they would, unalive a couple of people and give the people a chance to come over. If they wouldn't come over, they burn the whole village down and move on to the next one. That's what America does. If you refuse to cow down to democracy, you understand? They destroy your country. They can't come in and rule. They destroy your country and they move on to the next one.
Right.
They had right after 9/11 happened, they had an article where they had an objective, and the objective was to destroy 7 countries in 5 years. You understand? Syria, Lebanon, Afghanistan, Libya. Did I say Libya? Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq. You understand? There was 2 more other countries, right?
Yeah, sir.
The whole point was to spread democracy, to take over, and to be able to control the oil, the oil economics. You understand what I'm saying? That's what democracy does. Democracy is nothing like we believe it to be.
Yeah, okay.
You understand? Like I said, it's derived from Greek, demos meaning people, and kratos meaning rule. You understand? It features, what does democracy feature? It features free election. It's defined as an election in which coercion and comparatively uncommon. You understand? Democracy, think about this, right? Just me and you sitting here, right? I want to be king and you want to be king, right? So we're going to have a vote. You cast your vote, right? And I cast my vote.
Okay.
Now I'm going to read off the votes. We got 1 vote for Matham to be king. Oh, and we got 2 votes for Matham to be king. So you voted for me, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't vote for me, you voted for yourself.
Right.
Right? This is how democracy works. no matter who you vote for, who they want to be the ruler is going to be the ruler.
Right.
And once that person comes into rulership, they have a national or they have a local and an international mandate. The local mandate is how we're going to run this country. The international mandate is how we're going to go out and we're going to destabilize other countries so that they run up under our rulership. That's why they're able to go into Ukraine and into Poland and into Germany and into, all of these other countries and control these countries. This is why they have military bases all over 800 military bases, which Iran destroyed a whole lot of. You understand? Military bases all over. Because they have been deceived into believing that democracy will help when democracy does not help. Democracy helps the person who controls democracy. America controls democracy. And if you fall up under democracy, then America controls you. If that not be true, then how would Germany give up their nuclear weapons? How would a Europe give up their nuclear weapons? How does Great Britain give up nuclear? How does America be more powerful? You understand? How do they influence? Because you can't have nuclear weapons and I can. That's like saying, listen, we gonna have our differences. I can have a gun, but you can't. Now, I'm sitting at the table with my hand on my gun right here. Now, this is how it's gonna be.
Right.
What are you gonna do? You gonna go against me? No, you're not, because you see my hand on the nuclear weapon. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody believes that democracy is a great thing. Democracy is not. And as Blacks and Hispanics, we should understand. Look how they changing laws now. They got a law going on. What's that law going on? They trying to do birthright citizenship. You understand what I'm saying? Birthright citizenship. Now they can say, well, it don't matter, right? You don't belong here. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
How do you ship somebody from Mexico? How do you send them back to Nigeria? How do you send them to Nigeria?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
This is what democracy is. You understand? Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's read Deuteronomy. Let me make sure I got it right. Deuteronomy 7:3. And I only want the first part.
Go, okay. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. First off, the Most High told us not to make marriages with them.
Right.
Meaning we should not marry our daughters unto their sons and our sons unto their daughters, right?
Okay.
Understand too, marriages is also covenants. You understand? We have a problem with shaking hands with our enemies. We have a problem with making, making treaties with our enemies, understanding that these people are our enemies. Understand? We believe in them, just like we believe in a democracy. We believe, well, you got to get out and vote. So how many times have we heard that? You understand? What we got there?
We got another check in. It's Heaven. Mark Brother checking in.
What's going on, Happy? Tell your father get on here too.
Yeah, right.
You know? My brother Ramak get on here too. But we have a problem with believing in America and believing that America's laws are going to help us. We vote to stay in captivity.
Oh.
Think about it. Be on there.
Ramak,
you on there, Ramak?
Ramak checking in.
Ramak checking in. That's right, bro. Check in. You know? But we believe that America's laws, if we keep voting and keep voting that something's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Listen, if you have a golden goose and this goose keeps kicking out golden eggs, why would you give up the goose? If you have a cow that's giving off supreme milk, why would you give up that cow and not get that supreme milk? You understand what I'm saying? But that's like voting. Voting is never going to get you what you want, because if they give you what you want, then they lose all supremacy. You understand? They lose all supremacy. It says we should not make marriages with them, not to make covenants. Think about this, right? I don't want to skip down too far, but we keep believing, and just like we said earlier, the spirit of America. We keep living in the spirit of America. We keep believing that something's going to change, something's going to pop. You ever been out there? Listen, that's like shaking dice. That's rolling dice, right? You shooting dice. You keep shooting dice because you know something, eventually something will pop.
Right.
I'm a hit, and I'm a win. You understand what I'm saying? Well, America has given us loaded dice. You understand?
Exactly.
And the loaded dice is never going to make us a winner. You understand? Democracy is a loaded dice. What you got?
Like, no, we got brother Andrew Dean checking in, Baltimore.
What's his name?
Andrew Dean.
Andrew Dean, what's going on, bro? Thank you for checking in. You know, so that's a problem with us as blacks and Hispanic. Think about it, right? We don't prosper in law in any kind of way, especially when we hit the court system. Where, think about this, they say, what's the saying when you get in court? Justice is blind, right? Justice is blind until we get in. And justice know exactly who's guilty. Justice lift that blindfold up and point us right out. That's the guilty nigga right there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody else hit the court, justice is blind all the way till we get there. You understand? And when I say we, I'm talking about black families and neighbors. You understand? Think about this, right? How can all of these other nations be here, but we fill up the jail system? We the ones living in poverty. You understand? We the ones in cages on the border. We the ones getting deported. You understand? That's democracy.
Right.
That's what democracy truly is. You understand? And democracy could never work for us. You understand? The scriptures say what? Never put a king over you that the Most High. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
The Most High didn't choose. You understand? And that's what we continually do when we invest ourselves into this voting system. We think we're living in the spirit of America. You understand? Let's go to Deuteronomy 17. 15. That's it right there. Read that for me.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee.
We should not set a king over us. You understand? Go ahead.
Whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Listen, if the Most High didn't choose him, we should not put him over us. You understand? Of course, the Most High did not choose Donald Trump. He did not choose Barack Obama. He did not choose Joe Biden. He did not choose who was Bill Clinton. He did not choose Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter, Nixon, Ford. What's the other one? Go way back. JFK, Roosevelt. He didn't choose none of them.
Right.
You understand? But we continually believe in these people. You understand?
Okay.
Go ahead.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Most High is going to choose one among our brethren. Go ahead.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Which is not thy brother. And we shouldn't be setting people over us that does not follow the Most High, that is not in truth, that the Most High did not choose.
Right.
And if the Most High chooses one, the Most High is going to choose someone who's following him, and that is in the truth. You understand?
Slot. So you got another comment. Oh, this from brother Slot. From the brother checked in. Andrew Dean. He said, no problem. I can't get enough of this knowledge because of y'all know the truth now. And even though I'm going through all this pain and rejection, I ain't never going back to my old self.
Hey, listen, check this out. We all went through that pain and rejection when we came into the truth. Hey, listen, I lost a whole lot of buddies because of this truth. But guess what I did gain? I gained a whole lot of brothers. I gained an even bigger family. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna lose, listen, you're gonna lose wives, you're gonna lose girlfriends and everything coming into this truth. But I can guarantee you, you're gonna get a better one. You're gonna get a better woman when you come into this truth. You understand? As long as she's following the truth, as long as she's in the truth. You understand what I'm saying?
Awesome.
So we look at we often when we make moves, we often look at what we can lose. We never look at really what we can gain, especially coming into this truth.
That's right.
And that's what we have to look at. There's always going to be loss when you come into the truth, but you definitely going to gain if you're faithful to the truth.
Right.
You're going to definitely gain. You understand? What year you came in?
2018.
I came in 17. 17. Ain't look back. Listen, I was about to get married before I came into the truth.
That's right.
I lost her.
Yeah,
I was hurt, but I got better. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I say I got better, I got better. Listen, when you come into the truth, right? A lot of people think that automatically life switch will change and everything in your life will get cleaned up, it's going to get better. Hell no. Don't work like that. You understand? You're tested every day you come into this truth. You understand? It's not going to get better, but it makes you what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? I want to say it makes you fortified. It's solidified. It makes you solid.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Either when you come into the truth, either you're going to stand as a man or you're going to fall like a broad.
Yeah, sir.
Point blank. You're going to fall and you're going to be out the door. You understand what I'm saying? This truth is for men who really want to make a difference and make a change. You understand? You got people who say, all right, you ever seen somebody that always say, listen, I want to make a change. I want to stop getting high. But every time they turn around, this is going to be the last time. This is going to be the last time. They're not going to make that change. When you make up your mind and you step forward, things going to get better. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. And like I said, I'm just going through something not too long ago. You understand what I'm saying? But this truth is what helps me get through.
Right.
Because if you understand who you are, you got to know that it's going to be a tough road. You understand? Ain't nothing easy about this truth, but ain't nothing easy about life. You understand?
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
God, if I could, it's so heavy, everything that you're saying, because like the scriptures say, when you come into the truth, it say prepare yourself for temptation.
Right.
Like you get a warning. There's a warning sign on this. You know what I mean? Like
right.
You got to know what you're getting into. So you're gonna always be put up against that test. Like Satan's job. Think about Satan as a homeboy. Like think of Satan as one of your homeboys that you're not really cool with.
Right.
That he always saying like, yo, I don't like yo. Like I swear he a clown, yo. Don't trust him. He gonna always be talking bad about you because he wants you to prove yourself. You know what I mean? And that's what the Most High got him for. to prove you. You know what I'm saying?
And the problem is especially what we really destroy from is we destroy from Christianity. Right? Christianity has totally destroyed us. Christianity makes us believe that once we step into something, everything's supposed to be sunshine, rainbows, and bunny rabbits and stuff like that, right? And that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Right.
Think about this, right? When you start telling people about what they're doing wrong, what's the first thing people do? People get mad at you. You understand? That shows you that when you do good, or when you start changing, this is the reason why people leave you. You understand? If you got a lot of friends from doing evil, when you stop doing evil, what's going to happen? People going to leave you. Think about this. I'm gonna make it even better for you, right? Think about but think about a sister who gives up her body willingly to everybody that she meets, all the dudes that she meets, whenever they want it, right? As soon as that sister say, no, I'm not doing that no more, what happens? You say, I'm leave her alone then.
Right.
She start losing all of that friendship that she thought she had. All of them start leaving her alone because she has made a change for the better. Nobody wants you for the better. They want you for the worse. You understand what I'm saying? They want you for the evil. And that's the only thing that's out there outside the truth is evil. You understand? That's how it is. Anything that you would think about this, right? If you a stick-up boy and you got a whole stick-up team and you choose to change and everything like that, you cats is not messing with you no more. You understand? You hustling, you out there hustling. Most of the time, dudes is not messing with you. You ain't out here doing what we doing, boy. You can't be. We'll need you around. You know what I mean? That's how it be. You understand?
Yeah.
What's that?
But he said people think following the Most High is easy, but it's not. You won't be able to do what everybody else do around you, like celebrate Christmas and New Year's and eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster.
That's right. That's exactly right. You understand? That's exactly right. And the thing about it is, once you step in, just like when I stepped into the truth, it was automatic. I knew I couldn't do because I had been studying it for 8 or 9 months.
Right.
And I knew, boom. Can't eat no more shrimp, crab, and lobster. Can't eat no more pork and ribs. It's done. You understand? That was my summertime thing. You understand what I'm saying? That was a hard thing, but it had to be done.
Right.
You understand? Being in the truth is definitely not an easy thing to do. But when you step in, you got to step in with both feet. You can't step in, halfway out. What these scriptures say you can't be lukewarm, right?
Right.
You either hot or cold. You lukewarm, the Most High will spew you from his mouth.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you either in or you out. Ain't no halfway in, halfway out. You understand? Ain't no such thing as a halfway crook. You understand? Remember that what's the name?
Ain't no Mobby.
Yeah, remember that?
Ain't no such thing as halfway.
You can't be a half a crook. You can't be halfway in and halfway out. You understand? That's real.
Said yeah. He said you was not of the flesh no more. You was of the spirit, and you have to deny your flesh every day. That is what it means to be spiritual.
Hey, listen, that's the battle right there.
Yeah, sir.
Denying your flesh every day. You understand? Chasing broads and throwing them away.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You have to understand that the woman that you lay with, that's who you with. You understand? You have to understand that when you decide to stop selling drugs, that's it right there. You understand? When you decide that you have to stop drinking to get drunk. You understand? There's nothing wrong with drinking, but you can't drink to get drunk. You got a lot of brothers out here to drink so they can get drunk and get that woozy feeling. You understand? You can't drink like that. You have to understand. Now you got to be in control. Now you got to understand your limit. You understand? You got to know when to say when. You understand? And that's about anything that goes against what the Most High says. You understand?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, if I could, sir. And just to, piggyback off of the brother's statement, just understanding that you are your worst enemy at this point, because
Right.
now you going up against you. Like you going up against all the years, however old you are, you know what I mean, whatever age you started doing, whatever sin that we all been doing. Now you gotta try to destroy that, you know what I mean? And that's gonna be hard. Like even during Christmas and New Year's, yeah, you gotta fight against yourself. Not even just against the people when you're like you fighting against everybody, including you. That's why you gotta unalive yourself, because you're gonna be your biggest fight. You know what I mean? Aside from everybody else, now you gotta stop listening to you. That's like, it ain't that bad. I just one more, like you said, just one more time. You always think you got one more, you know what I mean? But it's never one more. You know what I mean?
So think about this, though, right? Think about when the Pilgrims first came over. Think about when the heathen first came over.
Right.
Think about when the first came over, right? Do you think that the Native Americans didn't know who they were dealing with? Think about what I'm saying, right? Because they went and they destroyed Native American tribe after Native American tribe after Native American tribe. Think about this, right? You mean to tell me they destroyed tribe and tribe didn't know other tribes were being destroyed?
Right.
Because every tribe believes, look, I think we can, reason with them. You understand what I'm saying? Every time they went, think about this, the Pamunkey peace talk. What's a peace talk? Think about it. What's a peace talk? Matter of fact, everybody online, I want somebody, I'm gonna give 30 seconds for somebody to tell me what a peace talk is. Just give me 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
30 seconds. Tell me what a peace talk is. You understand? Because a lot of people get it misconstrued, and this is the reason why we call the oppressor the devil. You understand? What does devil mean? Devil just means to deceive.
Right.
To be a deceiver. You understand? What does it mean? What does peace talks mean? Got 15 seconds. Somebody tell me. Peace talk.
Come on, Andrew Dean, where you at, man? Officer Ramat, Kevin.
I know Ramat. No, come on, man.
Top.
Somebody tell me. All right. Anybody?
I see the numbers going up, though. So, man, I just want to put the question back out. Man, Officer Thumb is asking, can anybody give the definition of a peace talk?
Yeah, give me the definition. Give me 10 more seconds.
Come on.
Give me 10 more seconds. Nobody.
Scared with that question.
Huh?
I'm scared with that question.
Think about it, right? All right, listen. So peace talks are a series of formal discussions held between opposing nations, states, governments, or conflicting groups to resolve an existing conflict and reach a peaceful agreement. Now, during the Pamunkey peace talks, the Pamunkey tribe, or the Powhatan tribe. Somebody said something?
What
Ramat said?
He said to de-escalate a conflict by it out. Hold up. I'm not sure he said to de-escalate the conflict by it out. I'm not sure what that meant. Maybe I ain't reading right or something. But got Dean Gray. He said you can't say you spiritual if you smoke cigarettes or smoke marijuana or drink to get drunk.
Right. You right about that. Say that again. Read that out loud.
He said you can't say you spiritual if
Who's saying that?
this is Dean. This is Andrew Dean.
Andrew Dean, you're exactly right. Say that and read that out. What he wrote.
He said you can't say you spiritual if you smoke cigarettes or smoke marijuana or drink to get drunk.
Right. You're exactly right about that. You know what I mean?
Oh, Ramon, he just I guess that's what it meant. He said it's to de-escalate de-escalate a conflict by talking it out.
Okay, that's right. You're right about that.
Oh, and Dean, he answered the question now. He said it is negotiating to not cause casualties.
Right. Not cause casualties. Or to stop the casualties that have already happened. You understand? Or to bring the casualties to an end.
Okay.
Right? The Pamunkey peace talks. The Pamunkey tribe had the pilgrims in to have peace talks. You understand what I'm saying? And they trusted the oppressor with the peace talks. Well, during the peace talk, they decided to have a meal, right? And with the meal, the oppressors brought the wine. And guess what the oppressors did? They poisoned the wine. And after poisoning the wine, they got most of the tribe, the Pamunkey tribe, you understand, died from the poisoning. And the ones that didn't die from the poisoning, they bludgeoned to death. You understand what I'm saying? And this is because we continually believe that we can have peace talks with the oppressor. Think about the Iranians, the war that's going on now.
Right.
How many negotiators did they unalive? The oppressor unalive. Multiple. They unalive multiple scientists. They're unaliving innocent civilians as we speak. This is just what the oppressor does. Matter of fact, let's grab Psalms chapter 55, and we're going to start at verse 20. And while you grabbing that, right? I'm going to read this. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes. It's better to trust in the Lord than to trust the oppressor. You understand?
Okay. You ready for that?
Go ahead.
It's Psalms chapter 55, verse 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Against such as be at peace with him. Somebody, what does it mean when it says he had put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him? Somebody give me that. And be 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Somebody tell me, what does it mean when it says he had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him?
You got a comment, so it's from Officer Vermont.
What's the comment?
Said, think about how many things that aren't documented that we don't know about.
Think about this, right? Over 77 million natives unalive. 77 million. And counting. Remember, they still on the reservations. They still being unalive. You got native sisters coming up missing off those reservations. This is nothing new. We got sisters missing. You understand? Think about all of the sisters that's missing from out of those cages on the border.
Right.
And the thing about it is, it's not happening to any other nation of people but us. Listen, that should be the trigger warning right there. It's only happening to Blacks, Hispanics, and natives. It's not happening to any other nation of people. There are no Amber Alerts for Africans. There are no Amber Alerts for Arabs. There are no Amber Alerts for Asians. That should be the trigger warning right there. Listen, the scriptures say, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. That should be the trigger right there. And that should be the point to where we gather ourselves together. We come together as a family and as a nation. The scriptures say, "Oh, nation not desired." We should understand that we are a nation of people that are not desired. But no matter how much unaliving happens, I mean, think about this, right? Nolan Wells.
Right.
How do you have an autopsy that comes back and says undetermined? Undetermined. He went out with oppressor friends. Remember, they said he would not get back on the boat. Then all of a sudden they said they didn't know where he was at.
Right.
Then he was found on the shores of Horn Island, where everybody was. You understand? Think about it. We are too trusting of a people. The scriptures tell us never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. I feel sorry for the Nolan Wells family because they probably thinking right now, how could we let our son be around these oppressors? If they could go back in time and change everything, I can guarantee you they would. To have their son back.
Right. Right.
To give their son wisdom and tell their son, never trust your enemy. Who is your enemy? The oppressor, the other nation. But we continually want to be around them. We continually want to be out on boats with them. We continually want to be around them and drinking around them. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden they go crazy and they start wilding out with one black. Why are we so surprised at this? Listen, every time this happens, we always act like, how could that happen? How could that happen? This shit happens all the time. Continually keep trusting them. Oh no, nothing. And good white people.
Right. Right.
Show me a good white person. Somebody show me one good white person. You understand? Go ahead.
Hey, if I could, so it's so heavy that you said it, like how you always so surprised when stuff like this happen. The crazy thing, like not the crazy thing, the biggest charge goes to the Christian church because they the ones that tell us, you know what I mean, to forgive and, you know what I mean, is in the past and God loves everybody. So we thinking that, you know what, there's hope for them. They go against everything that the Bible tells us about, that warns us about them. They, you know what I mean, they brainwash, or they brain dirty us, right. You know what I mean, to think that these people, it's hope for them. You know right. What I mean? It's heavy.
Hey, listen, think about it too, right? Christianity is the oppressor's religion.
Right.
So it's supposed to do that.
Right.
It's doing, Christianity doing exactly what Christianity was meant to do. If Christianity was meant to deceive the children of the Most High.
Right.
And it's doing just that. It's their religion. It's their religion. Listen, Christianity is a lie for us, but it's the truth for them. It's doing exactly, it's keeping us in bondage. It's keeping us in bondage. Everybody that, think about it, right? Just about everybody that gets unalived by the oppressor is a Christian. Everybody that sticks up and stands with the oppressor is a Christian. Mm. Christianity is doing exactly what Christianity is supposed to do. Christianity is a religion with tentacles. And it spreads its tentacles to pull the masses in so that the oppressor can feed. And Christianity helps think about this. What's his name? Dylan Root. He went right into that church.
Right. Okay.
And unalived them people. They sat and they prayed and got unalived. Nobody questioned when oppressor walked into that church. Oh, come on in.
Right.
You understand? They welcomed death right into the door. Mm. You understand? They welcomed death.
Yeah, nice.
And death gave them just what they had. We don't allow them oppressors to walk in that door.
Damn right, sir.
You understand? We don't allow that. You understand? Well, I mean, what can you ask for? Yeah, you got to finish that scripture.
Come, sir.
You can start it from the top.
Come on. It's Psalms chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Go ahead.
He had broken his covenant.
Think about that, right? Over 177 peace treaties he had with the Native American Indians. He had broken every one of them, right? He had broken every one of his covenants with Iran, with Iraq, with Lebanon, with Syria. You understand? With all of these other Middle East nations, he had broken every covenant. He had broken his covenant with Germany. He had broken his covenant with Poland. He had broken his covenant with Ukraine. He had broken his covenant with Russia. He had broken his covenant with China. Listen, this is what the oppressor does. Why are we so surprised? You understand? This is what, listen, the Bible says he had broken his covenant. This is a part of his character. But like this iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right.
Listen, if you sit with him long enough, eventually the evil is going to show through.
Right.
This is what the oppressor does. It's nothing new. Listen, the scriptures tell us nothing new under the sun. We keep believing that every time the sun comes up, or every time the sun rises, or every time we see the sun, something will change. Oh, don't worry. If we keep praying, we keep getting down on our knees and praying to white God, it's gonna prick his heart. And then what they say, it's gonna prick his heart. Only thing we doing is we praying and hoping it's gonna prick his heart. It's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Scriptures tell us what? He is wicked from the womb. He go astray, speaking lies. As soon as he be born.
Right.
Listen, the scriptures tell us what? They say this is how he was created. When he was created, who can make that straight which the Most High made crooked? And that's our problem right there. We continually trying to make something that the Most High made crooked. We trying to fix it.
Right.
This is the way it is fixed. You understand? This is the way he created. What we got right here?
Yeah. Checking. Said Magun Shalom. Saying Shalom. Shield of Truth.
Oh, okay. All right. Shield of Truth. Shalom, Lord Christ. Think about it, right? Let's finish that scripture. Let's go on to 21.
Come on, sir. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Listen. Said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Listen. These laws that he created, we believe these laws were created for us. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. This is the reason why we keep saying, we got rights. I demand, I got rights. We got rights. You understand? You ever heard somebody get locked up? You understand? Then they get bashed in the head, and then all of a sudden they get to court and they say, well, you were resisting. And they say, you know what? You were resisting that officer, so he had a right to bash you in your head. You understand what I'm saying? The words of his mouth are smoother than butter. This is how they use these laws. This is how we get redlined. This is what they mean by eminent domain. Remember, we talked about that a few weeks ago. Eminent domain. They use all of these words so that they can keep you impoverished. They can keep you poor. They can keep you in the ghetto. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter. Go ahead.
But war was in his heart.
War was in his heart. All of these laws that he created, this is war against us. All those black codes we talked about, All those black codes, listen, what's a black code? Tell me what one of the black codes. Give me a black code. They caught you out on the corner without $1 in your pocket, you would be locked up. Black code.
Yeah. Stand on the corner.
Say that again.
Standing on the corner.
Standing on the corner, 3 or more.
Standing
on the corner. You could be like, they do that today.
Sir.
Stand on the corner without an ID in your pocket. They lock you up. They pull you over, you don't have an ID, they can lock you up. They do that today. That was back in, right after slavery.
Right.
You understand? Well, so-called slavery was, think about it. That's another one right there. The words of his mouth was smoother than butter. What does emancipation mean? What does it mean to be emancipated? Somebody tell me, what does it mean to be emancipated? Anybody? You got that down the top?
Yeah, sir. It doesn't. Isn't it like switching power from one situation to the next one or something like that?
Right. Something.
Yeah.
It's to be emancipated is to be moved from being private property to state property. Right?
Okay.
So when you in court and you lose in court and you get locked up, they say what? You are now property of the state.
Yeah, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? They don't say you are a person of the state. They say you are property of the state, meaning we can do what we want with you. You have no rights. You are now property of the state, which you were first. At first, you were private property. Now you are the property of the state. Remember we was talking about earlier about communism, democracy, and things like that. And you was talking about you can be moved from being private into state.
Okay.
Owned privately. Now you're owned by the state. That's emancipation. That's to be emancipated. So when we got emancipated, you understand what they did was they took us from the slave owners. Mind you, those slave owners got reparation for losing their slaves.
Right.
Now you became property of the state.
Right.
So now what we do is we create laws so that we know because you're poor, you're just coming out of slavery or so-called slavery. We know you're going to break these laws easy, and now we can put you back into slavery. The words of his mouth were smooth and butter.
Right.
The war is to control us and to keep us enslaved in the mind. You understand? Because we keep believing that these laws are created and they're going to help us eventually. All we have to do is keep voting. But look where voting since the 50s have gotten.
Right.
You're still voting for equal rights. How are we still voting for equal rights? Equal rights are not right. We believe I got equal rights. I got the right, not under this oppression. Because they can get you in the court, they can twist that. Think about this. How many times have we heard brothers being locked up for 40 and 50 years, then been exonerated, you know what I'm saying, after 50 years and been released? Your life is destroyed after that. Your life is over after that. Then what do? Give you $1 million of compensation when you done already made them $50 million. You understand what I'm saying? Think about it. We keep believing in the very thing that has destroyed us. It said the word of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. War is on these people's minds. War is on the oppressor's mind. Micah, give me Micah chapter 2, verse 1.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their
It
beds.
says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. What does that mean?
It's like that they dream about oppressing you.
Listen, they sit up late
Good.
and they dream about how they can destroy it.
Good.
You understand what I'm saying? Think about how long it took them to think up those black codes. Think about how long it took them to put that emancipation together and to say, listen, we're going to free y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Think about how long they just sat up thinking about, like, yo, how, listen, we're going to do this, but this is what we're going to really do. Think about that. And think about this. You got a family of oppressors born with each other. And you got a family saying, listen, we got to keep this unity together. We're going to fall apart. And they gonna be free anyway because we're going to be destroyed. We're going to fall apart. They born with each other, but at the same time, saying, look, this is the plan. And eventually they came together. Emancipation. Boom. Freedom. We're going to give y'all reparations for every slave you lost. This is how we're going to do it now. You understand what I'm saying? Think about Cumberland. What's in Cumberland? Nothing in Cumberland but the jail. They prosper in Cumberland off of the jail. Sykesville. Everything in Sykesville was built off of that jail. I remember when I was young and the dude used to tell me, what's Sykesville? They don't call it Sykesville. What is it called? They used to call, what was the farm? See, I'm a little older than you might. But up in Cumberland, they used to always say it was nothing up in Cumberland but wood. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, Cumberland is a functioning city, functioning town. Because what they do is when they have places like that, they put prison systems up in there. And now businesses come because now we can get free labor. You understand what I'm saying? The word is mama, school, and brother was in his heart. They lie in their beds at night. You understand? Devising iniquity. And look what they come up with. Read that again for me.
Whoa. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work upon their beds.
Work evil upon their beds. Listen, they lie in the bed at night dreaming, just like you said, Alizah. They dream about what we can do. Read on.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Hey, listen, when the morning comes, this is when they put their evil plans into work.
Right. Go ahead. Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because they got the power to do this. Who has the power to change laws? Who has the power to arrest you with no evidence?
Right.
You understand? It's in their power. Listen, it says, because it is in their power of their hand, they have the power to do what they want to do. Listen, because we have conceived power over to them.
Right.
We refuse to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
Verse 2. And they covet fields. Covet, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
Listen, how many times have we seen them take things by violence? They do that right here in America. When you see the oppressors rioting, they got on masks and everything like that.
Right.
And they go to other. Think about what the so-called Israelis are doing over there in Gaza, over there in Lebanon, over there in Syria. They're taking things by violence. Those people don't want a war with them, but they understand what they want, and they're taking it by violence.
Right.
Read on.
And houses.
And then what they taking over there, they taking houses, they taking land. Go ahead.
And take them away.
Go ahead.
So they oppress a man and his house.
Think about what they've done to us right here in America.
Right.
They oppress us and our whole house. You understand? men and women, mothers and fathers, they pray when their sons and daughters walk out their door that they walk back in their door.
Right.
When they left.
Right.
Go ahead.
Even a man and his heritage.
Even a man and his heritage.
Good night.
You understand? We destroyed as a people, believing in the very people that are set to destroy. You understand?
Okay.
We love our oppressor. We're going to continually believe in our oppressor. You understand? Until our eyes are open. And listen, this is what we are here for. We are here to open the eyes of our brothers.
That's right.
And let them know that real truth stands right here. This book right here. These laws, statutes, and commandments. Listen, this book is not a religious book. Book is a moral compass.
That's right.
Book is a book of laws, statutes, and commandments. This is a history book. All we got to do is come back to the truth under command and general conduct.
That's right.
We can feel the real power. Like we said, listen, ain't nothing gonna be sweet about it. It's a hard one, but it's a true one. You understand?
That's right.
With that, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 123 all the way up to the command and honor. We've been bringing this truth since 1969, and what is that truth? That truth is so-called black people and the so-called natives are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks. That's right. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to the priest officer out of God. Mr. One God.
Security, you know, that I ICPK out of West 23 all New York, and command in junior high. New rules for brothers and sisters. New brother or sister coming to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They had to school home. They had to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. In this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe commanded. Find this Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. These 10th in the Hebrew is pronounced by 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, people offer, not mandatory, so it's not like give or come and hold a convocation, voice and trumpet. Memorial, blowing of the trumpet is September. Check on social media, IPD.com, Facebook, Twitter, so forth, for events and material. If the brother wants to be a true business school, he needs to start wearing all black, black boots, pants, shirts, headband, scarf. With that, we'll get one period salute to the teacher. Then the Israel, Mike needs to stand. Mike Shabbat, Mike, Barak, Yahbashmi Asharakatah.
How about Shimmy Al-Shabarakatah?
So, sisters on the line. Get one period salute to the sisters. Then the Israel, Mike Shabbat, Mike, Barak,
Al-Shema, Thumba, Shimmy Al-Shah.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're